My first cooking video. So if the camera's a little shaky, it's Steph's fault because she's the one that's actually doing the filming right now. Okay, so what we have over here, if you can come a little closer, we have almost a 4-pound red snapper. And what we're going to do with this whole red snapper is we're going to deep fry it. And this is my recipe on how to do that. What you're going to need is a good knife, a pair of cooking shears, flour. We have coarse ground black pepper, olive oil, sea salt, pineapple head seasons from Dizzy Pig, which is also very good for citrus flavor, and then we have Old Bay, lemon, and herb seasoning. Okay, so start off, we got the fish here. First thing we're going to do is take the cooking shears, cut back some of this tail, because when you stick it in the deep fryer with the big tail hanging out, it makes it very difficult to get the whole thing in there. So take the cooking shears. This is really hard to cut. Because the scissors are backwards. First video. Okay, cut a little bit off. Then look, make sure there's nothing around the top or anything hanging off. Okay, cut this a little more open. Okay. The most important part about this is make sure you're cutting rectangles into this. That makes it easier once it's done. Everyone can basically take a fork and just pick from it. So what I do with this, I'm going to cut a bunch of lines straight down to the bone. Come a little closer, see scissors. I'm cutting down to the bone. That's going to make a huge difference when you go to eat it. Cut these little rectangles into it. You see this? See it's got big deep rectangles into it? It's going to make a huge difference when you go to eat it. Basically, it's going to flip it over. Still some scales on here when it was cleaned. Some scales. Same thing. Cut down as deep as you can till you hear it hit the bone. Cut it this way. Once again, you can see that both sides has a bunch of squares in it. And the reason why you're going to do that is going to make a huge difference once it's done. Still a couple scales that are coming off of it. Just try and get it out of the way because I don't want it to be in the food. Okay, first thing you're going to do is take some olive oil. You're going to make sure it gets all down in the fish. Flip it over. Olive oil on this side. Make sure it gets all down in there. I still see scales. I'm trying to make sure there's no scales in here. Okay. Pause that for a second. Alright, I'm back. Basically, there was too many scales. There was on the cooking board, so I wanted to get that off. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with some sea salt. And you're really going to get a lot on there. Of course, ground black pepper. Running out of it. Pineapple head, Dizzy Pig. This is a really good seasoning, and Dizzy Pig actually has a bunch of seasonings that I use. But it gives it that little citrus flavor. Then this is Old Bay lemon and herb. Okay, sprinkle some of that on there. Okay, so you get a good look and see the seasonings all on there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take some flour. This is lightly floured. So kind of sprinkle some on there like this. And you're going to rub it in. I'm using a tablespoon here, but it's not that I'm using this for measurement. I'm just using this to scoop it out. You want to pat that down in there, you want to get that in there real good. But once again, you can see that it's lightly floured. I'm not sticking the whole fish into flour. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. Dry this side up a little bit. Alright, it's already on there. Sea salt again. Coarse pepper. Pineapple. Old Bay, lemon and herb. Okay, seeds on there. A couple tablespoons. Another one. You're going to pat that flour down in there over top of the seasoning. Shake it off. Just going to go to the other side. Take a little bit of this down here and just pat it on there again. You can see most of it stuck to it. So put very little on there again. I'll pat it down again. I'll flip it again. Back to the other side. See, it has a nice little crust on it. And pat it again. Now, this right here is my fry basket. I'm going to deep fry this. So what I want to do now is let it sit for an hour. So, very important that you try to keep it held up. I don't want this thing to fall down. So I got a couple, what kind of sticks are these? Kebabs? Or a couple kebab sticks. I'm just kind of just wedging it in there. Okay. I want it to leave it sitting straight up. I don't want it to lay on something. I'm not a professional cook. Maybe other people know how to lay something down with flour on it, but I've done it in the past, and then I've went to go pick it up and the flour is stuck to whatever's sitting on it. So that's why I kind of wedge it in my basket sitting straight up. It goes into the fryer just like that. I'm taking a little bit of this, just kind of putting it on top where there's a little exposure. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this sit for about a half hour to 45 minutes in the refrigerator while I prepare my deep fryer. So I'll be back in a couple minutes. Pause. So I'm using a deep fryer. There are other ways to fry a whole fish. My friend Dina actually showed me how to pan sear it. This isn't that. I'm not pan searing it. Also, I used to have a butterball turkey indoor fryer. With that, you can actually put about a 4 or 5 pound fish in there also. I stopped using that basically because I got tired of the house smelling like oil and I just didn't want it in the house anymore. So what I use now is an outdoor fryer. But this is how you deep fry a whole fish. Now you can deep fry about a 1 pound fish on the stove in a regular pot as long as it's enough for the whole fish to go completely into the oil. So this right here is how you use an outdoor fryer. It's a 3.5 pound fish. So close to 4 pounds. So the only way I'm going to be able to do that is either with that fryer or with a indoor butterball turkey fryer, which holds a lot of oil. Right now the oil is heating up. It should be heated up really soon. I'm going to heat it up to about 350, 365, and then I'm going to fry it for between 10 to 13 minutes. Okay, it just came out of the fryer. Here it is, still looking exactly the way it did. You can see here, it has all those squares in it. Still sitting up. All of the batter still intact. Okay, so this is the final part of the video. As you can see here, it has squares all in it. You can take your fork and you can pick those squares right down to the bone. I'll go to the other side. Now it's ready to go. It's ready to be served. And I cooked it at about 375 degrees, 365. And I cooked it for 12 minutes. I like my fish a little well done, nice and crispy. That's it. Hope you liked the video. It's my first cooking video. It's an amateur video, so hope you guys enjoy it.